Olowalu not be added as an urban growth area on the new Maui Island Plan due to its imminent threat to the adjacent Olowalu Reef, pretty much the only healthy reef we have left here on Maui. So why care about the reefs? Well, let me give you a few numbers from a recent NOAA technical report dated October 2011. 65% of Maui visitors are repeat visitors. So why are they coming back to Maui? Well, the report states tourists spend over $30 million a year on marine recreation in Maui. That involves snorkeling, diving, fishing, surfing, all reef-associated activities. This in turn generates a whopping $3.1 billion in revenue for lodging, food, transportation, and retail industries. And in addition to its economic value, many local residents rely on our healthy reefs for food, protection from storm surge, erosion, and a better quality of life. And the reason I show you the documents, this is not just opinion, this is evidence-based, so I'm going to show you the hard documents that support this. So suffice to say, our reefs are pretty valuable. I think we can all agree. Yet a report from the Department of Aquatic Resources, you've heard it on previous testimony, states that many of our reefs have declined 25 to 80% in the last 10 years, loss of coral cover. So how's this happening? Well, over 40 years ago, we didn't really know better. Poor coastal planning and management, they're pretty much status quo. But today we know what damage it will cause to the reefs when we pave the adjacent watershed areas, divert the streams, introduce sediments, pollution, nitrogen loads. Just look at Kihei, look at Maalaea, look at West Maui. So today we can no longer plead ignorance. We know what we do with our coastal development. So even our Maui Island Plan policies, great policies, reflect that increased awareness to mitigate against threats to our reefs. So of all the places to put a small town next to Olowalu Reef, doesn't make a lot of sense. We know the uniqueness of this habitat, the 500-year-old corals. It's the largest fringing reef in Maui, the biodiversity. My doctoral research there describes over 300 manta rays that utilize this reef for cleaning, social and reproductive purposes. And this is, you've heard it again, this is one of the few places in the world, a handful of places in the world where you can see this. So to lose that habitat would be a travesty. Urbanizing Olowalu directly adjacent to one of Maui's only remaining healthy reefs is essentially economic suicide. So the town can be moved, but the reef can't. And once this reef is gone, there's absolutely no way to bring it back. So please do not recommend Olowalu for urban growth, and I assure you that your children will thank you for it. I have a couple minutes. I just want to add one thing. I would encourage the council. You'll hear a lot of testimony in favor of Olowalu, and it's a pilot project. They'll tell you, we know the reef is valuable. We know all these things are important, and we're going to mitigate against all.
4 minutes.
So I encourage you to ask them how they, who is accountable when those dream plans don't come into fruition. When there's damage, who is accountable for Maalaea when we lost 90% of coral cover there? Thank you.